Young World. Just trying to check, make sure I'm live, because they shut my channel down for a week the other day, but now I'm back, I guess, live. But this is the truth about my beef with. I don't know if it's really I wouldn't really call it a beef, but it was almost some word. It was some words a little bit, but didn't go much further than that. You know what I mean? But it was a little discrepancy. So believe it or not, years ago, I used to I used to thought I was gonna be a real rapper. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was a rapper since I was a teenager. Went hard for the early 20s, and I kind of stopped for a few years. Caught up in the streets. I was too focused on stuff I was doing. Kind of left it alone. You know what I'm saying? See, Mass was good, and then so for a couple of years I wasn't doing it, but got back into it late 20s, early 30s. Decided to go hard again, trying to really do it. You know what I'm saying? Started really being going to the studios, you know what I'm saying? Was on a couple different mixtapes here and there. Was going to New York to see DJ E Nice at one point. Was on a couple other little mixtapes and stuff around. Mixtape hosted by Capadonna. I was on Bro Star once or twice. But so I was on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do. I think I got one song with Freck Billionaire. There's a song right there. I'm gonna play a little bit of it in a minute. But so I was on Twitter, really started going hard. But this was before Teller MCI was good. This is before I was um I was on this like 7 years ago. I was on the internet, but not deep into the internet. You know what I'm saying? I was still kind of new to the internet a little bit. So this is like the time when a lot of rappers who kind of died out was really starting to reach out to average everyday jokers like me, nobodies, to try to get a couple dollars for features. You know what I'm saying? So one day on Twitter, Freck Billionaire, I used to put my stuff on Twitter a lot. One day on Twitter, I get email from Freck Billionaire. I'm like, what's good? So I wasn't sure if it was him, but when he first hit me, so once I realized it was him, I was kind of soup because you know what I'm saying. Back in the day, Freck Billionaire was big in PA. I don't know how far he reached out, but in Pennsylvania, he was a household name. You know what I'm saying. He was messing with Fabulous. He was over all type of mixtapes. He had the bars. You know what I'm saying. Freck Billionaire, he was tough in the street on the mixtape scene at one point in PA. So that was like in my 20s, early 20s. And then I remember he was with Fabulous, like I said, and at one point he was signed with Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying. But around that time, I was like so deep into the streets, I wasn't really keeping up with too much new music stuff like that. I was just what I was doing. So he hit me up like, "Oh snap!" He's like, "Yeah, I'm feeling your music. I want to do a track with you, this and that." Da 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 da. I'm like, "All right." So he gave me his number, called him up. So we started talking. He's talking about like, "So what you want? How much you want?" He's like, "Whatever, what you got." So me being me, you know what I'm saying. Back then, like I said, I'm holding his name high. This is Freck Billionaire to me. He's a big person, even though I obviously after looking him up, I knew like at that time he wasn't doing nothing big, but I was respecting the Joker, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, I was like, what you want? He was like, how much you got? What you want to give me? I said, I gave him a stack. I was like, I'll give you a stack. Sent him $1,000, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'll give you a stack, which was probably way more than he expected. But I was respecting the fact that he reached out. You know, so I'm like, all right, I was feeling the whole situation. Sent him 1,000. She's like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna send you the track, send you the beat. I got a beat, everything for you already done, ready. We can go. I got French Montana on a hook. So I'm really swooped. I'm like, oh snap. So he sent me the beat French Montana on the hook, but it's a French Montana sample. But he was kind of making it seem like French Montana was going to really do the hook. So I was like, he didn't really say that. Maybe I jumped to conclusions, but that's what he was kind of saying. So I thought. So anyway, he sent me the beat. I sent him the money, sent me the beat, sent me all the stuff. I went immediately to the studio I was going to. You know what I'm saying? Did the track, or did my bars, everything. Had to do my verses. Had my engineer send him the stems and everything like that. So then like a couple days go by. Like in the meantime, I'm talking to him here and there. He hit me with industry stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff that a joker like me wouldn't know about. Just a little inside stuff. So it's kind of keeping me like into the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Kind of playing me. I guess you would say the roundabout way because I'm just excited to hear about industry talk. He making it seem like he still was. I ain't saying making it seem. Maybe he was still talking to certain people. So anyway, a couple days passed. So I'm like, all right, I'm waiting for the track to come back after I send it to him. So I talked to him a couple days later. He's like, yeah, well, I've been kind of busy going back and forth to Jersey. Got stuff going on. Da, 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 da. So I'm like, all right, let's go with the track. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get it to you. He's like, I've been working on it. So that was a couple days later. So a couple days more passed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm thinking, all right, where's this track at? So in the meantime, I started looking like his stuff up on YouTube and stuff, seeing the stuff he been doing. So I see he been doing other songs with like other nobodies like me, like um features that he was doing with people stuff. So I'm like, all right, this is what he be doing. So in the midst of doing that, I heard one track where he was saying something about he was like he didn't totally scare me. He was like on one of his verses he was like, yeah, mate, like something about Bernie Madoff. He's like, yeah, call me Freck Madoff. So if you don't know who Bernie Madoff is the dude that beat mad people for millions of dollars investment money and then took their money and never called them back. This rich Jewish dude or whatever. So when I heard that verse, you know what I'm saying, I got paranoid. I was like, yo, he just said he's Freck Madoff. So in the midst of him stalling for a couple of days with this track, I'm thinking like he just beat me. Did he just beat me like Harry Bernie Madoff type stuff? So I was like, so I called him back again, like, yo, let's go with this track, man. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, I told you I'm working on it. My engineers already laid it down. My engineers getting it together. Da 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 da. He's like, give me a couple more days. Give me a minute. So a couple more days passed again. So I called him back and I'm like, all right, look, this time I called back. I'm on some other type stuff, like a different type of mind state. Like, what's good? Where's the track? You know what I'm saying? Where you gonna do it or what? Like, so you sending it back? He's like, I told you my engineer got. So I was like, all right. So I hung up with him and called the engineer because he gave me the dude's number before that. So I called down to the engineer, beasting on him. Dude named Mario, which was kind of crazy, but I wasn't really beasting hard on dude. But I'm like, yo, he's like, yeah, God, like, so you gonna send it back? Like, what's going on with you going, like, I was just on my mind was in a different spot because I'm thinking about this Bernie Madoff type stuff he just told to me. I mean, not that he told to me that I heard on this song. So I'm like, he beat me like Bernie Madoff. So the dude called Freck after I called him. And Freck calls me like, yo, why you beast on my engineer like that? I'm like, yo, I sent you $1,000. You told me you're gonna send it. I was like, I don't operate like that. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I told you I'm gonna send you the money. I sent you the money immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple minutes later, I sent the Joker $1,000. So I'm like, I'm expecting you to send the track back when you say you're gonna send it back. He's like, I know, man, this and that. Like, I got held up. So all this type of little stuff, whatever. So he finally sends it back. But he was like, since it was kind of long stuff, he was like, we're gonna do the video, all this type of stuff, and then make it official and all this type of other stuff. So then he kind of bullshitted again. I didn't hear from him for a couple more days, so I kind of like gave up. I was like, whatever, just F him, whatever, like that. And I think I spoke to him like once or twice after that for a quick little minute. You know what I mean? But that was about it. So I kind of left it alone. But for a minute, I was almost ready to be on some next level type stuff. I ain't saying like I would have did nothing like I ain't saying he's a punk. I'm not saying that I punked him or would have punked him. I'm just saying like that's where I was about to be with the situation because I was tired of waiting for the track. Especially when I heard him talk about that Bernie Madoff stuff. I'm like, man, I'm not feeling that. Maybe did he Bernie Madoff me? You know what I'm saying? But here's a little part from the song. Pay attention and want to follow, kill me on the low. Like JFK, they want to set me up and leave Harvey out, but I may know somebody. You know somebody, you know your business, you fucking kid. Hit you down in Tampa Bay, bucking eye, bucking in. Put a hole through your head like a hole in one. Plus a couple more, like a fucking par. Swing by the club, hit your birdie, it would sound like I'm playing fucking golf. See, you hear French Montana there. I'm thinking the French Montana was going to do the hook. So it's like a little sample, but I'm going to show you Freck's part. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's like 20 other jokers out there want to be rappers like I was, but the same exact verse on the same exact beat. He probably sent, you know what I'm saying, 30 people the same little one and got their money. You know what I'm saying? I forgot how long this damn hook is. So like I said, there's probably 30 jokers running around with the same beat and the same verse for all I know. You know what I'm saying? I never heard nobody else play it before or post it, but that's probably what he did. You know what I mean? But that was back then. I was over it. It was only going to really be something for a minute when I thought he actually just took my $1,000 and just left with the money. You know what I'm saying? But he did send the track back. The video part was something that wasn't really included. This was 2013 probably or something like that. 2012, 2013. And I ain't seen nothing from him since then. The last I heard of him, he was like had beef with somebody. I forget who. I know he was beefing with Uncle Murder at one point. I ain't really seen nothing new from him in a long time. So I don't know what's good. I don't know what's good with him now. I still mess with Freck Billionaire though. You know, so this is a minute. Like I said, he sent the track back, so he did fulfill his obligation. The video we never did, but I probably might have turned him off when I called down to his engineer Beaston. You know what I'm saying, for answers, because I just like I said that Bernie Madoff bar that he had on that song. I'm thinking, damn, did the Joker Bernie Madoff me? And then that, along with knowing that he allegedly stole Floyd Mayweather's watch, I was hearing about that. I think he was telling me something about that or something. He didn't do it. He said or something. So I don't. Who knows what really happened? I mean, I don't know why he would have stole Floyd Mayweather's watch. It's possible he really did it. But if you were in good hands like that, you gonna still steal his watch? That wouldn't even make no goddamn sense. So yeah, I don't know where Freck Billionaire is at now. I ain't talked to Freck Billionaire in like I said, like 6, 7 years or whatever. But that's it, man. Shout out to Freck Billionaire wherever you at. Do hope you straight. You know what I'm saying? Hope you still in one piece out there somewhere. That's about it though.